Hey, if you're a homeowner here in South Jersey, chances are you've noticed that gritty, sandy stuff that shows up in your gutters. Well, today we're going to talk about exactly what that is, where it's coming from, and most importantly, what it means for your roof. You know what I'm talking about. You're cleaning out the gutters and you find this layer of what looks, for all the world, like coarse sand. You might think it's just dirt, but it's actually a really important part of your roof shingles that's come loose. So that grit has a name, roof granules. And what they are these tiny ceramic-coated bits of mineral that are pressed right onto the surface of your shingles. Yeah, they give your roof its color, but that is definitely not their most important job. Think of these granules as your roof's built-in armor. They're like a powerful sunblock, shielding that asphalt shingle from the sun's damaging UV rays. They also help your roof stand up to rain and hail, and they even play a part in its fire resistance rating. They're a pretty big deal. Okay, so if they're so important, why are you finding them in your gutters? Well, there are a few main reasons, and the good news is it's not always a sign of trouble. The number one cause, by far, is just age. Over the years, the adhesive that holds those granules onto the asphalt just naturally gets a little weaker. The older a shingle gets, the harder it is for it to hold on to all those little granules. And let's be honest, here in South Jersey, our weather really puts roofs to the test. We've got that intense summer heat that just bakes everything, and then we get those nor'easters with all that wind and driving rain. All of that puts a ton of stress on your shingles. And then, of course, you've got direct physical damage. I'm talking about things like a big hailstorm, or maybe someone walking on the roof to do some maintenance. Even just a tree branch that's hanging too low and scrapes against the shingles can knock those granules right off. So how can you tell if what you're seeing is just normal wear and tear, or if it's a real warning sign? It's really all about context. If you just got a new roof, seeing some granules is totally normal. It's just some excess from the factory. But if your roof is over, say, 15 years old, and you're starting to see bare patches or you're finding piles of this stuff in the gutters after every single rainstorm, well, that's when you should start paying attention. Seeing all those granules can be a little worrying. And I know the first thing that probably pops into your head is the big question. Is my roof about to fail? Okay, the short answer is not necessarily. The key is to think of granule loss not as the problem itself, but as a symptom. It's kind of like the check engine light in your car. It doesn't mean your car is broken down, but it's a clear signal that it's time to take a look under the hood. So here's the bottom line. If your roof is getting up there in age, let's say 15 years or more, and you're consistently cleaning handfuls of granules out of your gutters, that's your cue. That's the time to have a professional come take a look. It doesn't mean a disaster is about to happen, but it does mean your roof is letting you know it's getting near the end of its service life.